Hi there, kindergarten students. This is Mrs. Bailey, and I'm so happy that you have joined me for this week's virtual field trip. We are going to be taking a trip to Africa today, and all of the links and resources that I am using today can be found on the link on the MIC just below where you found my video here. So let's take a look at the map first. I know you have been on several virtual field trips already. We have visited Europe, we have visited Asia, and we have visited Australia. And this week with me, you are going to visit Africa. And I know you have also been talking about a compass. So let's look at the directions on the map. Here is a star in North America where we live. We're going to be going this direction over here to Africa, so we are going to be traveling east across the Atlantic Ocean. There are 7 continents and 5 oceans: Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Arctic Ocean, Indian Ocean, and the Southern Ocean. So those are some things that you can be working on at home to see if you can memorize all of the continents and the oceans of the earth. And as I said, we live here in North America. That is our continent. We have been talking about a compass. Here is a picture of a traditional compass where you would hold this instrument out, and this is a tool that you can use, and then this little arrow will spin around and point in the direction to show you if you're going southwest, west, northwest. Okay, but I wanted to show you many of your parents' phones, or they might have another kind of electronic device, have compasses on them now. You might even find one on one of your tablets at home. So take a look at that. You can look in a map program like this, or some of them have just a compass app. You should take a look at that and try it, and you can practice going different directions in your yard and using the compass at home. All right, let's talk some more and learn about Africa. Africa is special because it is the world's second largest continent. Asia is the most populated continent, and Africa is the second most populated. And that means how many people live here. So many, many people live in Africa because it is the second most populous continent. And this map right here shows you all of the countries in this continent. There are many, many countries in Africa, way more than on our continent of North America. There are actually 54 countries. In Africa, they speak many, many languages, over 2,000 languages. That's a lot of different languages. And this says Jambo. That means hello in Swahili. That is one of the languages that they speak there. And this is the African flag, so that is the flag of their country, just like we have our American flag. And then you'll see on this, it's showing the shape. This picture shows you the shape of Africa and many of the languages spoken there, and you'll see English is even listed because some people do speak English in Africa. There are so many people in Africa. There are over 1 billion people that live there. So that's a lot of people and a lot of different languages to learn. Let's look at some of the different types of lands that you'll see in Africa. This is a picture of some African desert. You'll see the land looks very dry, not a lot of trees in this area. It's very different compared to the rainforest. Look at how many trees and lush plants there are in the rainforest. This is often what people think of when they think of the land in Africa as the rainforest. They're known for their beautiful rainforests. And they're also known for the savannas where lots of animals live. You might have seen this type of setting in a movie or in many books. It's so beautiful and very popular. Special thing about Africa. The most populated country, that means where most of the people live, or they have the most people in this country, is Nigeria. And here's some friends that look like they're just about your age that live in Nigeria, and also a picture of the city there. And you can even see just in this picture, there's many people, many types of transportation. Looks like a busy city street there. Lots of buildings and homes you can see, so you can tell how there are many people that live there. Some of the places in Africa that are very famous are going to be on the next few pictures that I'm going to show you. And this first one is Lake Victoria. Lake Victoria is the largest lake in Africa. And here is a picture of where you'll find it on the map. It's so big that it's divided between 3 countries. So it goes over here into Uganda, Kenya, and Tanzania. The Nile River is the longest river in Africa, and it's also the longest river in the world. Look how big the Nile River is. It is 4,160 miles long. Next time you're in the car with your family, ask your mom and dad to help you look at the odometer and see how long a mile is, so you can get an idea of that. You can think about 1 mile and how long that is, and that the Nile River is over 4,000 miles long. It is really, really long, and that's why it's the longest river in the world. Mount Kilimanjaro is the highest point in Africa. It is in Tanzania, and it is 5,895 meters high. That is another place that Africa is very famous for. Africa is also famous for their sports and their runners in the Olympics. They've won many medals for Olympic distance running and for being fast runners. So that is something that this country is known for. And another sport that they really enjoy and is popular in Africa is soccer. And I know we have a lot of kindergarten friends who play soccer and enjoy this sport in our country and continent as well. This says soccer, cricket, and rugby are the most popular sports in Africa. So there's something you might have in common with some friends in Africa, that they enjoy to play soccer just like we do. This is a picture of a primary school in Zambia. And here are some friends going to school just like you do, going to learn every day. Africa is also very well known for the animals that live there. There is a lot of many different types of animals, lots of wildlife there. And I've just got a picture of some, and I'm going to show you. There is a link in the resources link for a great video where you can learn some more about each of these animals. But they've got zebras and elephants and lion cubs there, even penguins. There is this type of penguin here is called the South African penguin. And you might recognize a lot of these from books and movies that you've seen. They're very popular to include these types of animals for characters in movies. You might have seen The Lion King or the movie Madagascar. Those are fun movies that feature these animals. So when you go into that link that I mentioned that's on the MIC, there's some other fun things for you to do on there, and I'm going to show you one right now. This is an African animals word scramble, where the African animal names are mixed up, and you have to see if you can figure out the correct order to put them in. And then I'm going to show you right now this writing page. Here we go. And it is in the shape of the country. And I would like you to print this out and do some writing about non-fiction writing about Africa and what you have learned. So who remembers what non-fiction means? That's right. It's real and true facts. It's things that are real about this country, not a pretend made-up fun story, okay? So let's write some real facts that we have learned. So I'm going to put my name right here, Mrs. Bailey. And I've been working on writing with a capital letter followed by a lowercase. And then you could include the date. And today is 3/17/2016. And I'm going to start, you know what, I'm going to give this writing a title, just like a title of a book. And the title is going to be a capital letter because it's the name of my writing and it's also the name of the country, Africa. All right, so let's see, what is one thing that you learned? I'm just going to write one sentence first and then I'll let you continue this on your own after you finish watching my video. Let's think of one thing that we learned. Let's write many people live in Africa. So I'm going to start on the left side always and write in this direction. I'm going to start with a capital letter. Many. Many. I'm stretching out the word, writing down the sounds that I hear. Many, finger space, people, pull. Many people live, finger space, in. Ooh, that's a sight word. I know that one. In. You could even copy it off of your word wall. Many people live in Africa. And remember that's the name of the country, just like how your name gets a capital letter. So I want to make sure that's capitalized. And then at the end of my sentence, what do I always need? You got it. Punctuation. And that is a great start to my writing. You can even use my starter sentence if you'd like there and continue on. There are some other links on the resources link on the mix, so you'll find an African animals video. You'll also find a video, this is really cool, this is a Countries of the World song, and this one's for Africa, and they sing to you and show you all the countries right here on the map of Africa. And then there is a link on there also for a Learning Games for Kids website. This has all kinds of Africa geography games. There's a match it game, there's some puzzles, spelling games. Here's some puzzles where you put the animals together. Lots of fun things to do on there. All right, friends. Well, thank you so much for joining me. Kwaheri means goodbye in Swahili. That's how they say goodbye. And Miss Bailey did her best to say that for you. Kwaheri. I listened to it online and tried to copy it. This is a little image from Madagascar. So if you enjoy movies like that, you might want to check out Madagascar or The Lion King and see how many different African animals you can find in there. Thank you so much for joining me on our virtual field trip today, and I will see you again soon.